Hey everybody, this is Zach with Tanuki Games, and today we're taking a look at Assassin's Creed Unity. Please remember that a like, a comment, or subscribe means a lot to me and of course the channel. Unity was released in 2014 for the PS4, Xbox One, and PC, and it was developed by Ubisoft. I'll be playing the PS4 version. Assassin's Creed Unity is the follow-up to Black Flag, which injected some much-needed life into the quickly staling franchise. Let's see if Unity is capable of building on the successes of Black Flag, or if it falls short. Unity opens with our protagonist, Arno, as a young boy waiting for his father. His father is assassinated by a Templar, and he's taken in as a ward of a man by the name of De La Serre. De La Serre has a daughter named Elise, who is the subject of Arno's infatuation. De La Serre is also assassinated by a Templar, but Arno could have prevented his death. Arno can't forgive himself and uses his desire for revenge as his motivation to become an assassin. Arno doesn't realize that Elise and her father before her are Templars. This is the setup for their Lady and the Tramp sort of romance. Arno and Elise are allies, bound by their mutual desire for avenging De La Serre's death. The story of Assassin's Creed Unity is at its best when Arno and Elise share the screen.
Well, that was bracing.
Just like that time in Marseille.
Bit more blood this time around.
Elise's character is strong, and in most ways, she's more interesting than Arno. As a protagonist, Arno is enjoyable to play as. He isn't whiny or off-putting, but the story tries to make him out to be some sort of Casanova, which falls flat with me.
You seem to have caused quite a commotion.
Well, what can I say? You were always a bad influence.
Oh, you were a worse one.
The story of Unity takes place just before and during the French Revolution. This is the perfect backdrop for the tumult going on in Arno's life. Using the French Revolution was an excellent storytelling choice, which pays off well for the narrative. No Assassin's Creed story would be complete without the main story arc being interrupted with an Abstergo subplot. Luckily, this subplot is less obtrusive than in other games. The falling action of Arno's tale does feel a bit rushed in the end, but over the course of 12 chapters, you'll enjoy seeing what happens next with Arno and Elise. The gameplay in Assassin's Creed Unity is what you'd expect from the franchise. Square attacks, circle parries, X jumps. There aren't many extra abilities that need to be explained. If you played any of the other games, you know what you're getting. You do get the Phantom Blade, which is a silent way of taking out foes, which is kind of like blow darts from Black Flag. In many ways, the gameplay is frustratingly similar to all the other games in the series. Jumping is imprecise, often making Arno jump into danger. In many ways, the problems that plagued the original game and the Assassin's Creed 2 trilogy are still the same problems you deal with today. I don't understand how we can have so many of these games, and yet the basic control flaw has not been addressed. There are some innovations in the way of online. You can do co-op missions with friends or random players, which is a nice touch. I couldn't find anyone to play with though, so I think the online community is pretty much dead now, but you can play these missions as single players, so you won't miss out on anything. The visuals in Unity are ambitious. Assassin's Creed has always used architecture as the main draw of the series, but with the third installment and Black Flag, the locations had much less in the way of big buildings and crowded streets due to their geography and time periods. Paris is on full display in Unity, and it is impressive. The buildings are well detailed, and it's a joy to run along the rooftops. The draw distance is impressive. The city of Paris is in upheaval, and everywhere you go, people are protesting. Paris feels alive, and this makes the traversal across the city enjoyable. Sometimes you might cut through a building, and it's a workshop or a bar with dancing and singing. It all feels real. All of these details help cement Paris as a living city. The interiors of the buildings are equally impressive and detailed. As Arno travels across Paris, he'll go from dingy slums to gilded palaces, and each district feels distinct. The character designs in Unity are well done. Everyone looks interesting, and they all have a French quality to them. The costumes that Arno wears are very cool. You can create your own outfit, customizing everything from his cowl to his belt. Each piece of clothing has lots of detail, and the overall aesthetic fits in the Parisian style. As much as the presentation does for me, I feel that Unity gets in the way of its own vision. The HUD is constantly intruding on this gorgeously rendered city. Why are the controls still at the top right? It doesn't need to be there. The constant stream of information on the right side of the screen is unhelpful and annoying. It's like getting a text message from someone you don't want to talk to that just says, "Sup." This clutter really detracts from the experience. Unity's lighting is especially outstanding with excellent shadow work and a warm candlelit feel in the indoor spaces. The color palette in Unity has many shades of warm oranges and deep greens. The blues and violets are understated and soft. As I played through Unity, I was constantly impressed by just how well realized Paris is. There were some considerable technical issues such as pop-in, lip syncing, and freezing. During my playthrough, Unity crashed 4 times. The sound department is wonderful in Assassin's Creed Unity. Sounds change dynamically and contextually while you're playing the game. During one of the first missions, you walk down a hall and you can hear in the distance a speech being made. As you ascend the stairs and eventually reach the auditorium, the sounds change from reverb and echo off the marble walls to the bassy and noisy sounds of a packed gallery.
étape, déjà immense, à mon
As you walk through the streets of Paris, you'll hear all sorts of auditory cues, as well as some excellent music. For me, Assassin's Creed 3 was the high-water mark of the franchise as far as soundtracks go. Unity scores at a close second. This is a massive soundtrack that has lots of movement in each arrangement. The orchestra has what you'd expect: violins, brass sections, and timpanis to round out the behemoth sound. Then there's the synth work that typically follows the violins, making the score more angular, and it provides an excellent contrast to the deep sounds provided by the percussion and brass sections. This adds a sci-fi texture to the soundtrack, reminding the player that Arno is in an Abstergo server, not 18th century France. Unfortunately, with all of the things going on sonically, the soundtrack can come off as understated. This is most likely due to the mixing, which you can control yourself. Let's turn down some of this noise and let's focus on the track. Variety in the score is welcome, with many action-packed songs as well as some tunes for intrigue. The voice acting is very well done, all of the actors are enjoyable, and you can play the game in French, which gives the tale authenticity. The acting in Unity is surprisingly well done at times. Check out these two scenes and decide for yourself which you prefer, the French or the English.
So,
Seems you've been busy.
tracking down the man who killed your father, yes.
Best of luck. He's killed most of my allies and intimidated the rest into silence. No closer now than I was 2 years ago.
I've seen him.
What? When? Where can I find him? Alors?
Alors,
Tu n'as pas chômé, on dirait.
j'ai traqué l'homme qui a tué ton père. Oui.
C'est impossible. Il a tué la plupart de mes alliés et intimidé tous les autres. Je n'en sais pas davantage aujourd'hui qu'il y a 2 ans.
Je l'ai vu.
Quoi? Quand? Où puis-je le trouver?
The difficulty in Assassin's Creed Unity is not too high. If you've beaten any of its predecessors, you'll find this game to be similarly challenging. The story took me about 17 hours to complete. You can pick up a copy of Assassin's Creed Unity for about $8. I think this price is more than fair for how much content you get. Paris is wonderfully realized, and the visuals are excellent overall. The Assassin's Creed franchise has struggled in recent years, and Unity tries to fix some of the story issues that have mired the success of its predecessors. On this score, Unity succeeds. Arno is an enjoyable character, and the friends and foes he meets along the way are interesting. Unfortunately, Unity didn't address some of the major gameplay issues that have been problematic from the beginning of the series. Unity is one of the main reasons why Ubisoft is not releasing Assassin's Creed games every year. This game kind of became a meme, and that's unfortunate. There is a lot of promise here, but without Ubisoft making those necessary changes, and with all the glitches and bugs, this game really wasn't ready to go, and it really did have a lot more potential than it ended up delivering. Ubisoft has now been given a chance to reflect on how to keep the series relevant. Now with Assassin's Creed Origins coming out, I hope that Ubisoft can address some of the finicky controls and the over-reliance on setting as the main reason why people enjoy this series. I enjoyed my time with Unity. It has an amazing soundtrack that I'll enjoy studying to for years to come. The Gothic architecture is unlike any other game in the series. The ability to customize Arno's assassin's outfit is awesome. I usually wait a few years to play the Assassin's Creed games, and I do want to play Syndicate. Hopefully it'll get a price drop with the arrival of Origins. This review is the first time that I've had several negative things to say about a game. I don't like to spend my time on negativity, and the reason why I have so many harsh things to say about Assassin's Creed Unity is because I really loved this franchise. It felt so innovative and fresh when it first came out. It really did feel next gen, and I feel there is a lot of good left in this series. Let's see if Ubisoft can come back strong with Origins. This is Zach with Tanuki Games. Please remember that a like, a comment, or subscribe means a lot to me and of course the channel. Enjoy!